gun. And I'm up all night trying to duck the sun. Got a dope to cut, got a hoe to fuck. And this telling ass nigga got a throat to cut. He know too much, and he talk too much. And word on the streets, they done caught him up. Guns out lurking, trying to stop my girl. And these guns got life on them, that's for certain. I've been working the strip joints, blocking pool halls. Black backpack, tube socks, and new drawers. Young black brother out here running the gutter. Put a number on your head, call it money to smother. Online with my brother, tell him yada another. On the flight to Missouri, turning pot of the butter. Got a one-way ticket.
Hey, what's going on, college kid? Top of the morning, bro. Hey, what's going on, Alan? I didn't hear about that concert. Nothing much. I'm just waiting for this place to open. Hey, top of the morning, awaken. Hope everybody's doing good. What happened at the Travis? How many people died at or got shot at the Travis Scott? How many people got killed at the Travis Scott concert? What city was this in? Good to see you still got your place, right? Awaken. Was that in USA? Yeah, most likely in USA. I'm just not sure where. College kid knows.
Yeah, you ain't never been across the map.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I have a feeling, man, all these mass shootings have something to do with this fucking program. All of them. Who the fuck is gonna go shoot up like, people don't do that shit, man. That's either some agenda-based shit that they set up or a target. Because I know if, my whole mindset is, if I'm gonna do something stupid like that, I'm gonna try and wipe out as many of the motherfuckers as I can, man. And 300 people, unfortunately, all of those people weren't perks, man. But when when they stalk you and have you in a box like that, following you and perping you, like, when you're in that fucking state of mind, just as long as you get some of them, like, that's all you're thinking about. Like, you really gotta, you gotta slow down and tell yourself, like, everybody ain't a part of this shit. If you're gonna do something to somebody, do it to the people that are fucking harassing you. Don't do it to an innocent person. But, I mean, you can't tell somebody who's already made up their mind, especially a person who's been going through it for years and years and years. Only school shooters get on the... Yeah. School shooters, yeah, that's crazy, man. And see that school shooter shit? I remember back when there was this little, I guess you call them outcasts, or that's what they were considered. Like I don't even really consider they just had their own little, circle. But the goths, like, they paint their fingernails and shit. black and all that crazy shit. And you know, like it was this trench coat mafia, and they shot up the school. And it's that's all this shit is, man. Is fucking bullying, literally bullying on steroids. And no matter, see, that's the thing. See, they try and advertise it as good and point out that it's good and it's helping people. But how can you say that this program is helping people when it's hurting more people than it's helping people? People are dying. Like, people are dying, and you talking about this program is helping. Hey, what's going on, Rose? You talking about this program is helping people? Yeah, okay. Helping people get rid of fucking a mass amount of scumbags. But that if the program never existed, you know, the as far as the psychological warfare part, you know, they're gonna have us beat there, like, hands down. There's no getting around that. Like, they got us beat with that shit. But the casualties behind it, we're gonna have them beat on that. Like, it's gonna be more of them dying than there are us with fucking psychological fucking problems and shit. It's gonna be a whole lot more than dying. So it's just like, we really don't gotta do shit except kick back and watch the TV show. Just kick back and watch the fucking TV show. Because they're gonna start dropping. And it's not gonna be enough fucking cover-ups for the police to come up with. They ain't gonna be able to come up with enough cover-ups. You know, that mental illness shit only works for so long. And then you got people pointing out what they're doing, trying to make, you know. You got people literally fucking pointing it out before the shit actually happens. Like, I know for me, if I was to fucking snap, if I was to fucking snap right fucking now and go on a gun spree and start shooting up shit, which I would not correct myself for, you know, I would not do it. But if I was to, these people could not fucking blame me because I gave them fair warning. I said these people drive around with one headlights to trigger me after 24 hours, 7 days a week, fucking around the clock harassment for 11 years. I tell them I won't snap. It's not in me to snap, but if I was to snap, no one could say anything. There's no, why didn't you reach out to the police? Why didn't you reach out? I explained all that shit. You guys pull out your fucking cameras and you start fucking recording. That's all you gotta do. Because I'm giving you fair warning, more people will die. And it's gonna be more people in that downtown area dying. More people in that same fucking area. Because that's where that shit is infested. They're super infested out there. Fucking college geeks fucking playing with toys and... Yeah, so the problem's gonna come to them. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, I know who Travis Scott is. Whoa, it wasn't a shooting. What the hell did he do? Blow him? Hold on, let me get all this. Astro World in Houston, it was not a shooting? Yeah, what was it? Oh, all the people, it was not a shooting, it was a stampede. Oh, okay, I see. Well, it had to, what made them stampede? Like gunshots? let you know they know where you're at. We have guns in UK, plenty of them. Just you need to be registered and have a lockbox. And oh, okay. I always thought that they took guns away from there. Cause I always hear things about the UK. They say the UK, when especially when they start talking that gun bullshit, they be like the UK don't have no guns and their crime is down 100%. We have guns in it. Okay. Northern Ireland, you're allowed handgun for personal protection, I think. That's why I want to move someplace where I could have a gun. Even though, like, I'm a felon in California now that I'm off parole. And I haven't gotten in trouble in, like, 11 years. Well, probably longer than that, because I haven't caught any new cases in longer than that, but I think it's like 7 years out here if you don't catch any cases in 7 years. You can get your shit expunged, but I don't even. Or you can get the black powder guns and shit, but nobody wants to fucking deal with that bullshit. Fucking loading up. Fucking loading up a cylinder gun with a shell and some fucking gunpowder, and by the time you do all that shit, whatever's fucking threat is coming your way will have been done whatever it had to do. Where you're fucking loading up that fucking oh man. Oh, that's crazy. They man. War back then in the slavery days, like fuck man, that shit must have been labor, fucking loading up the fucking guns and shooting one bullet at a time and fucking reloading and fuck. Damn. That's some real fucking cowboy shit right there. Happy day unlawful to use. Yeah, that's these people. Something's gonna happen to them for fucking with you awaken. Watch. Something's gonna happen to them. God is watching. I mean, fucking with all of us, it's just fucked up. But to fuck with a person that's restricted in some ways as far as like handicapped and all that, like you don't fucking do that shit. You don't fucking do that shit. Even as a kid, that. Like I know as a kid, for me, like when even like in the bus and shit, like when sometimes they'll have like like as a kid, like they would have mentally ill kids get, because I it's not funny, but I rode the yellow bus to school, the little short bus, so we had to make stops to where we pick kids up in wheelchairs and all that shit, and to see fucking, even though it wasn't me and they weren't making fun of me and shit, like when they fucking would point at the kids and talk shit about them and shit, like if it almost felt like it was me they were talking about. Like I felt embarrassed for them. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how that works though. Like and try and hurry up and change the topic and shit, but and I know if I can fucking Or anybody. If anybody with common fucking sense can see that that shit ain't right, then God definitely, you know. Because that shit ain't cool, man. On any level. On any fucking level. Hey, what's going on, Mo? Hey, Jay. Britain can have air guns and pepper. Air guns. Like, I guess if you get an automatic air gun and some of those fucking, you know, those pointed tip BBs, those arrow shaped BBs, and a fully automatic air gun, you might can fend somebody off. Well, shoot at them in their face, and you'll definitely fend them off. But you know, I was looking into you know, a crossbow as well. A crossbow as well, but that's still the same. That's just like, you know, that's like a black powder gun and shit. Like you can only shoot that shit once at a time. Like depending on how big the threat is. Depending on how big the threat is, one bullet or one arrow is not gonna stop it unless you hit that motherfucker in the right spot. And if they're off some type of heavy drugs, like some fucking PCP, or you got one shot to get off before you have to turn around and run, because that motherfucker's gonna charge you. That shit's crazy. They be so hyped up off the adrenaline of that shit. You can shoot them 30,000 times and they still gonna come at you before all their blood spills out and they die. But until all that blood rushes out of them and they lose their consciousness, like, they don't feel shit. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see. Hey, what's going on? Top of the morning, Yasmin. Pepper spray is a jail sentence in the UK. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. They don't want you guys to have no protection. I mean, I understand it's safe as fuck out there, but at the same time, man, nothing is 100% solidified as safe. Especially they got knife wielders. Fuck that shit. Get the biggest machete you can find. Get some of those mini axes. Some handheld axes, the mini ones and shit. Keep two two mini axes on holsters and shit. Have a whole little axe collection out there. Axes and machetes. Many axes and many machetes. Not too long, but just enough to back somebody off you. Just back the fuck up. I don't want to kill you. I just want you to back the fuck up. Sometimes the realization of pain, sometimes people, you know, they'll fucking, they'll leave the scene over the pain before they leave the scene over death. Like, the threat of pain to them is more vicious than the threat of death, if you will. Like, yeah, I seen people stand up to people talk shit with like a gun and shit. Like, I've literally seen people fucking, you know, have a gun pointed at them and they just be talking shit. Like, I've never seen nobody with like a machete or an axe. Like, I've never seen nobody just fucking stand and fucking talk, especially when the person got their hand cocked like they're gonna throw it or oh man, they start fucking putting their hands and shit over their face and shit. Like, that's gonna stop it. Look at this shit. Look who's behind me. See, that's my recycle right there. I still got hella on the top of my van and shit. But look. Look who wants to fucking harass me. Your local fucking police department. Can't even fucking recycle without their harassment. That's crazy, man. Nothing fucking illegal, and they have nothing to do but get behind me and do that fucking bullshit. All the crimes being committed. Somewhere down the street, there's some fucking bike being stolen right now. Somebody's bike is being stolen right fucking down the street. House being broken into. Someone's being raped. Fucking somebody's being robbed. There's all types of that shit going on right now. Somebody is scared for their fucking life right now. And this fucking dickhead wants to park behind me and fucking just flash his fucking lights and shit. To intimidate me, if you will, I guess. Oh, man. These are the people we need taken off our streets. These are the fucking people we need taken off our streets. And then they try and threaten the community if the community doesn't want their fucking bullshit harassment and bullshit getting away with bullshit. So the community wants to defund them. Which defunding doesn't mean getting rid of the police. Defunding just means fucking getting rid of shit like their fucking military grade toys and all that shit. It might cut back some of them, but you know, they're still fucking hiring police left and fucking right. Even when there was a big thing with the police cuts, they had to cut police. You know, all they fucking did, they got rid of all the older ones, which if you work for the police department or the prison industry, if you're retired, you can come back and work part-time. So while you're, you know, on your retirement, you can come fucking push papers and, you know, do all that fucking custodial type of fucking shit. You know, look at this bitch ass motherfucker. You see that shit? All that type of bullshit. You can do that. And then so they fire them, or they don't fire them, they just get rid of them. And hire a bunch of new fucking kids and shit. Fresh out of fucking boot camp or whatever that shit is, cross training or whatever. Just hire a bunch of new kids in, and then they still have, they still got their fucking force. They still got a full force while they trick the public saying they're cutting. Really they're not tricking the public because they are getting rid of officers, but at the same time they're hiring officers as well. So they're telling you part of something, just not telling you the full thing. The public goes on thinking, okay, we got police cuts. No, they cut some off to come volunteer or do part-time. And then, they basically just retire them off. They make them, or they have them retire so they can come back and fucking do their little bullshit part-time. Fucking the union, man. The union. It was some female officers, probably males too, on the male side and shit, but being that probably males too on the female side, but being that I was only on the male side, of course, only, you see it more with the female officers. You don't see nothing really gay between officers and inmates and shit like that. But as far as not saying it doesn't happen, I just never came across it. But a lot of the females and shit that would get caught having sexual relations with inmates, like, they wouldn't even get fired. They just ship them off to a different. They probably get disciplined, but they don't get fired. Like, they just ship them to a different prison and they work in a different prison industry. Like, they that shit is so fucking, if I could do it all over again, I would be a fucking correctional officer. I want to be a cop. Excuse me, it's legitimate. I want to be a cop because even if I wanted to be a cop to make things better for my people, once you go through that brainwashing ceremony, you're not black. You're not black anymore. You're blue. And anything you have, all that fucking my brother shit, all that shit. Why are you going to the police force to make things better to make a change? That's what most black people say when they say they're going to the fucking police force. They want to make a change and they want to, help their people. You'll hear that a lot from black cops. But they get brainwashed and then you be in jail getting beat by the police, getting beat the fuck up, and the black one will be home lookout. Like, the black one will be looking holdout, until fucking it's over with and shit. You'll be looking lookout like a motherfucker. He'll forget the whole reason why he joined the police force. Nappy, psychologists test for a gun don't say you targeted. I think you can get it in Washington State after 10 years clean from being an ex-con. Stephen Stacy said something about. Oh, okay. Have you heard from? Excuse me. That's legitimate, you guys. Have you heard from Stephen Stacy? Hey, Yasmin. Oh, I think I seen that. Sorry about that, y'all. I just got this fucking thing, so it's not grip tight. I gotta figure out how to make it grip. UK, Great Britain, pepper spray is definitely illegal. If you swing a punch at anyone, you're probably gonna be taken in for... Yeah, it's like that too. You get taken in if you get in a fight out here. If you could fucking tell somebody you're gonna beat their ass and they'll fucking lock you up for fucking terrorist threats. You'll be in fucking jail for fucking a long time fighting that shit. I seen people fucking, especially like domestic violence cases and shit. Like people telling their chicks I'll beat your ass and all that shit. Yeah, you do that, your ass to get terrorist threats. You have to fucking do it, I don't know how many weeks, a long time of fucking. You have to do anger management classes. Like, that's not the thing to do, man. Is fucking get in an argument with your girl. Get in an argument with anybody out here, man. If you're gonna fucking, you might as well just fucking. If you're getting into it, I'm not gonna say it with no female, but if you're fucking arguing with a dude and it's gonna come to blows and shit, and you're throwing threats out at him, you might as well just fucking, proceed with your fucking threats, man, because you're gonna be charged like he did. Yeah, I think I would be if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't listen to fucking people. As far as the cop shit, yeah, I would, the cops have been fucking scumbags since the beginning of time for me, but